Hi chums. Okay, so wax is on. Now it hasn't been polished yet. I'm waiting for it to cure, but there's 4 coats of sanding sealer all cut back, and the wax on, and I can see nothing on the surface of that. And I've tried, I can tell you. But I had a guy here the other night, and I was explaining to him about how this is a soft wood, and you might, if you look really, really closely, you might see like a wee tiny microscopic hairline. And he said, Ben, well, I'm going to tell you something. He said, you're the only person who's going to be looking at that urn with your nose 2 inches from the surface. Nobody else is going to do that. So you're seeing things that nobody else is ever going to see, and you're looking for things that nobody's ever going to see. So I suppose you're right, you know. So it's as good as I can get it, basically. Now, I didn't use the Yorkshire grit because I've never used that on something this big, and I didn't want to do an experiment at this stage, you know. But I also had a colour I like here, and I wanted to go with that, so I went with the Wood Wax 22. It's on now, and I've put it on with the Niweb, so that I didn't put it on real thick, and you can see that there's no like shiny lines in it, which means that it's gone on evenly. So it's almost cured. Well, sorry, it's not. It's only on, so it'll be cured later on. But I'm going to let it sit for a while, and then I'll go back and finish it, and then we'll cut it off here and make the plugs, and that'll be us done. And now I haven't been able to get it just because we have a huge health issue going on with our family in the background, and it's kind of taking a lot of time up, you know. So that's why I haven't been able to get at this. But the upside is that because I haven't been able to get at this, it's meant I've been able to allow all the coats of sanding sealer to set up and cure before I went back again. So it meant that it got the best possible outcome in terms of time for the urn. So there's a positive side to everything, you know. So we're almost there. The next critical bit is parting it off, but I'll come back to you after that's done. And then we'll come back after a polish this and let you see it. I'm going to head off over here now and do a video for Paul about what sanding sealer I use. Sanding sealer. So this is what I use. It's called Morel's sanding sealer. It's a commercial one for an industrial commercial for doing hardwood wood flooring, and I get it in a place in Lisburn, County Antrim. It's a paint suppliers, you know, and I mix that with just your standard thinners. Now, economies. This costs, we're going to say £25. It costs less than that, but so for ease of calculations, £25 for that, and about a tenner for that. So it's £35, and I'm getting 10 litres of sanding sealer for that. So it's working out at £3.50 a litre. If you were to buy this in a wood turning store, it's going to cost you about 11 or 12 pounds. Say 11 pounds for half a litre. So 10 of those is going to cost 110 pounds, 120. So it's going to work out at 12 pounds a litre buying the wood turning stuff. So you're saving like 75%, you know. So this is a cheap way to go. So I'm going to mix them up here. So I've got a bottle here, and this bottle holds 1150 mils. So we'll go for 1100. And I'm going to show you just how difficult this is. I always give it a wee mix up just to make sure it's working okay. I've already blown the top off that with the airline to make sure that it's there's no dirt on it. And then I'm just going for 550 mils. Where's that? There's it there. 550. That's near enough. That's just about 600. So that's okay. Where are we at there? I see a bit too much because I'll tell you why. I need to get the thing. It's not critical, but just for the sake of doing the demo, you know. What's that? There's 550. Right. So then that's your sanding sealer, and you can see that it is fairly thick of itself, you know. And some people use it as is. I find it doesn't penetrate the wood very well when it's real thin. I used to thin it 3:1, but that was too thin. And then we're going to top that up to 1100. So where's 1100 at? I'm using that scale there, so 1100's up there. Well, I put too much in. Well, sure, just put what's left over in my own bottle. There we are, 1100. And that's my sanding sealer mixed up and ready for the lady I'm going to give this to let her try it. And what does that cost? How much is it? About a litre, so there's £3, you know. instead of 12. So it makes sense, you know. So that's what just pour it in a fairy liquid bottle, and they're good. But also, if you're using fairy liquid, whatever bottle you use, keep the wee caps off the ones that are empty, because the wee hinge gets worn out, and then you get dust and stuff down into it. So just keep the wee caps and throw them in the drawer, and then when you one breaks, you can put a new one on. So that's it, Paul. That's it. Just Morell's sanding sealer. I'll just hold that up so you can get a good look at it. And just standard thinners, nothing exciting at all. So that's it. So my next thing will be waiting. I'm going to get a cup of tea and so, and maybe kill an hour. It's nice and warm out here today. What temperature is it? It's I have to get the thermometer here, and I can't see it. I have to put a piece of white paper behind this because I'm colourblind, so I can't see the red line against the green. It's 29 degrees with 86 degrees. So it's nice and warm in here, so that wax will go off pretty quick. Okay, all the best now. Bye. Alright, chums, right, polishing has been done, right? And I'm very pleased. It's been 4 goes at the polishing. I put the wax on and I wasn't happy, so I took it off again. So I put it on again and I wasn't happy, so I took it off again. I put it on again, and then anywhere I saw the slightest wee blemish, I rubbed it down with the nail web and did it again, and then I gave it a rub with the nail web again, the whole thing, just very, very light, and put another coat of wax on. I think I've got it. And they're really good. We see it, right? We see it from this side. I just spotted this as coming in. Look at the shine there. Really see this here. Look. It's not looking lovely. I'm going to come round to here now. And you see the shine of it. And I hope this is picking up the shine. I'm going to turn this big light off here and see what happens. Right. Where's that? Ah, that might be getting it there. Look. Can you see the shine in that now? Now, one of the things that I noticed was that there's marks on it, but the way the wax is on it, the wax is in slightly different densities in places, so you get a wee kind of refraction thing going on, but there's nothing I can do with it. That's the wax. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to leave it on the lathe. Instead of cutting it off, I'm going to leave it in the lathe for a day and let it cure, and then I'm going to do the final buffing. Now, I want to just show you something else here. I'm just going to keep this on. Will you go around and put the light back on again? Part of the process was that I hit it with this thing here. It's a buffer on a drill. Oh, I haven't got it turned on. Hold on a minute. Oh, it's not installed. Oh, it is. Oh, I don't. Had it plugged in a different plug. And as you can see, so yeah, I'm buffing with that thing as well, and I had it up as high as that speed. It wasn't going as fast as that, but that's because I've just the speed control. I have no control over the speed the way I was holding it there. But I think that's come out okay, you know. I'm pretty pleased with that. But I say, I can see the refraction of things in it where the light's catching the wax, you know. There's a wee tiny bit there now, I can just see, but it's just the way the wax is, and I'll give it just a wee touch with a soft cloth. So what I'll do is I'll let this set up now. I'll let it harden up properly, and then I will give it a touch with soft cloth. But it's going to be another thing, which is different density. You can see there's a slightly different type of shine on the end grain as there is on the side grain. It's just the way the nature of the wood, you know. But the really, really, really good news is that the director of quality control says that's lovely. So when my wife says that and smiles at the same time, you know, you're onto something here, you know. So she thought it was really nice, you know. And she's a really good critic. She's not like, she doesn't say everything's beautiful. What she says is, that's nice, but do you remember the one you did the last time and you put a wee kind of a bead here in the middle of it? I wonder would that look nice on that? In other words, it looks crap, get that bead in the middle, and you put the bead on, it looks really nice. I should say, no, do you remember the last one you did and you made the neck for the urn going to Dublin, like this shape? Well, maybe not do that with this one, but do it that shape again and see what happens, and it'll look lovely, you know? So that's what she does. She gives positive feedback, but doesn't say it's crap, but you know it's crap because she's not saying it's beautiful, but she's telling you how to fix it, which is wonderful, you know. I've just noticed a wee thing here. I've just put a wee bit of wax in the black line there, but I'll take it out easy enough. That's an easy thing. That's sorted out easy enough. So there we are, folks. That's where it is. And all these knots, the knots at the end. There's one there, that one there. That's been restabilized as well. Just when I cut in there, I restabilized that with the CA glue. And there's a wee tiny line, actually I can't even see now. Oh, there's a wee line somewhere about here, and I glued it as well, just to be sure, you know. But it's as good as I can get, but I'm going to try and get it better by doing it with soft cloth in about maybe tomorrow morning or something, you know. And we'll see how it goes then. So as you can see the way I'm talking, I'm really happy with this, you know. I'm really happy. So we were discussing how to do the top of it there. I'm not going to do a top like this. I'm going to do a flatter top to maintain the style of the vase. I'm not going to do this and then put a big bulgy thing on the top of it, you know. It's going to be something discreet. And that's it. So I'm happy. I haven't been this happy since I used that big tool I bought for hollow one out, you know. But I've got this. Now the next critical bit is going to be taking this off. But I had the piece in the house there, and it wasn't really heavy. So it meant that I can know that I can cut it off and not drop it when I cut it. It's quite light for the size of it, you know. It's not so light it's going to blow over, like, you know, because there's a solid wood from there down, you know. So there's plenty of weight there, and the walls are a centimetre thick. So it means there's plenty of weight in it, but it's not heavy as such for holding up, you know. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So hopefully my friend who asked me to do this will be happy as well. We'll soon find out. So that's where we are. Look at the shin neck. There's not class. Yeah, you can see I'm happy. Okay, I'll put this all together in a wee video now.